So here it is, we've started. One of you left this completely blank. I don't know why you did that, because if you walk around the edge, 4, 4x, 2x, this has got to be 3x dr, because the whole height is 4, that little bit is 1x, so that's got to be 3x. Good with that? Okay, dr, you should be responding now because I've asked you a question. Do you see it? Okay, in the same way, if the whole length of the base is 4x and that little bit is 2x, then this little bit must be 2x as well, because 2x plus 2x across there makes 4x. Now we can get our marks. That comes to 16x is 56, divide by 16, x alone is 3.5. Fantastic. There it is. Very easy. Just need to study dr and not look at it and run away. Need to be serious with it, yeah? Alright, what's next? This was really well done. It says work out x. Some of you decided to work out 2x as well. You don't need to do that, just work out x. What do we have? We have an x, a 2x, 138 and to 90. Well, all this adds up to 360 degrees. You know that. It's a quadrilateral. So set up a lovely equation like that. Take away the 228, divide by 3, x is 44. And yes, I know that 2x is 88. Didn't ask you to do that. You won't lose marks, but don't do it. In case you get the 2x bit wrong, you throw away your x mark. You really do. So you've got to be, look at my 4 steps. Equation, simplifying some steps, taking it over and subtracting, dividing by 3. That's why it's 4 marks. Not difficult. And many of you did that really, really well. I've got to draw a rectangle 12 centimetre squares. Well, you can do it like that, or you can put it up there somewhere. So that's an area of 12 centimetre squares. If you don't label your vertices C and D, I cannot mark this, because I don't know what you mean by C, I don't know what you mean by D, all right? So I know you all know coordinates, especially in the first quadrant where there's nothing negative. It's very straightforward to do. So you should label your 2 remaining vertices C or D in any order you like. Then I can check your letter with your answer, your letter with your answer. Otherwise that is worth nothing. Right, I know you know the area equals pi r squared, but what they're doing here is walking you through it. They're saying step 1, take the radius and square it. So I did. Then it says multiply by 3.14. So I did. As you can see, I didn't write down a equals pi r squared. They don't mention pi, they just give us 3.14. So I just did what they said. Now I've got to work backwards, and some of you got this wrong. The area of the circle is known. Write down the steps to go backwards. Well, the first thing you need to do is to go backwards. Instead of multiplying by 3.14, you divide by 3.14. Instead of squaring the radius, you square root, not the radius, no, you square root the radius that's squared, or you can say just square root the answer. But one of you wrote down square root the radius. Well, if we're square rooting the radius, what will we get? We won't get the radius, we'll get the square root of the radius. That's wrong. We're square rooting the radius squared to become single radius. So you would have got that wrong in an exam. All right, there it is. And this troublesome post question. Well, have a look. The whole length is this many centimetres. Each section where there are 2 beams is 180 centimetres. So if you divide that by 180, you should get 15 fence sections all the way along. Is that all right? But how many posts will that be? Well, if I've got 15 sections, don't forget there is a post at one end and a post at the other. So you've got to remember to add one more post on. Think about that, yeah? If there was just one section, there it is. How many posts are there? Not 1, but 1 plus 1. If there were 2 sections, how many posts are there? Not 2, but 1 plus 2 plus 3. Got it? There it is. So you've got to think about that a little bit. Use the pattern to help you visualize. So there are 16 posts. Now what about beams? Oh, that's really, really easy. Well, a beam is one of these things, and for every section I've got 2 beams. So it's going to be 15 times 2. There it is, 30 beams. Very, very easy. This was depressing. This was depressing. How do you not know that you substitute the 40 where the B is, because it tells you what to do, and you substitute the 21 where the P is for posts, and then you work out the cost of building that fence? Well, the cost is going to be 5 times 40, 200. Add on the 9 posts, 9 times 21, 189. Total cost to put that fence up with the materials and the labour, £389. There it is. Okay, so that's the cost.